this classroom training. So this is the brief introduction. So let's get started with today's demo session. So for demo, we'll be covering the application or app model in Dynamics. That's the model-driven app. So right now I'm sharing my screen, and this is the Dynamics CRM 365 home page, which will be shown to you when you first log in. And this is the default dashboard which will be shown. And these all are customizable options. You can set it to a report, you can set it to an entity, or you can set it to any of the custom components you would like in your project. So coming to the model-driven apps, so what you are seeing in the left-hand side here, these all are the available out-of-the-box model-driven apps provided by Microsoft. So in addition to this, if we want to develop our own model-driven app, consuming the data which is available from Dynamics CRM, we can create our own app and we can build our own logic around that app. So let's say our company is just focusing on sales module, or let's say we are just operating on lead management system, and the entities that includes are leads and opportunities and the associated few dashboards and reports. How we can build that? How we can build a small model-driven app quickly in CRM? Let's see that today. So for that, I have created a trial account. This is a trial account which is hosted in cloud environment. So I'll go to the settings and create a new, let us see first what are all the apps available. Go to settings, and in application you have the tab called My Apps. Just click on My Apps. This will load all the available model-driven apps in the particular application. So we have just loaded the custom or the default app which is provided, and this includes all the customization in the system. Let's build our own, which will just include a few components, that is lead management system. For that, we need to create a new app. You have the options here. Just click on create new app. You can see there is Dynamics 365 custom, and we can create our own app which will be listed in the left-hand side navigation here. So this was introduced in the model-driven app, was introduced in the version 8.2. Just like we can build our own package which includes entities, dashboards, forms, views, chats, and even business process flow. A whole lot of logic that we build around all these entities that can be included in this app, and this can be distributed to end customers as well. And this will be role specific. Users with only specific role can be provided access to this app as well. With we are going to create a small app. So let's go to the settings. We'll name it as lead management. And we can provide the description, what is this app for, and we can use a icon, that is the default icon will be this. If you want to change this, we can do that. And you can see whatever we are doing it here, this will be based on Power Apps portal, that is the current version. What all development you do here will be a Power Apps portal. And let me just create this, and you can see this is the URL. So what you're seeing now is the designer. So here we can design the default sitemap, include all the dashboards, entities that are required. So sitemap is nothing but when we go to the any of the apps, existing apps. Let's say I have gone to the custom app, and you can see a lot of entities that get loaded in the left navigation. What I'm seeing here is home tab, my work, and the customer section, sales, collateral, marketing, goals, and I can also switch from the sales module to service module. Automatically the left navigation gets changed. This is called as sitemap, and how do we design this is the sitemap designer that got loaded here. So now this sitemap designer, we can add components, that is entities, dashboard, or business process flow. So let's just add, since we are concentrating on lead management, let's add lead and opportunity as entities for us. So on the right side, we have the relationship assistant kind of window where we can search the entities, and once I add this, you can see the default entity along with all the forms, views, charts, and dashboard gets loaded. I have the option to select specific forms, charts, or dashboards. If I do not want all the dashboard, I can change this. In case of lead, there is only one dashboard. So in case if I take the forms, this will list down all the available forms. If I want to select a few, I have the options here. Let's go with all for now. So right now we have selected the two entities, and the associated business process flow will be automatically selected. Let's say we have an entity with business process flow, then the business process flow will automatically be set. And let's say we are going to take one more entity. We'll take activity in, and this one does not have the business process flow, so you can see it's not selected over here. Now we have added all the required components. Let's go and design our sitemap. So how we can do that is go to the sitemap and click on open the sitemap designer. This is where I will design the sitemap, which will look something like this. On the left navigation, what all you are seeing. So on the service, what all can be added. On the sales, you have a different components or entities. How you can do this is the sitemap designer. So this contains three areas. One is area, group, and sub area. So this area, I'll call it as lead, and there will be a default icon. If you want a custom, we can. These icons will be coming from web resources. So before selecting an icon here, we need to add the corresponding icon. If format, SVG, PNG, we can add the required ones and then select the icon that we need from. Yeah, here I'll be adding the required entity, that is lead. So before this introduction of sitemap designer, we had to edit the XML file. We need to export first, and then modify the required XML, then import it to the CRM. So now there is a handy designer tool provided by Microsoft. So I will call it as lead, and under that common entities. Then here I'll call it as one more called activities. So how we can visualize this? The sections what you're getting here, those things, and that I'm adding the entities. Then we'll add one more group and call this group. Let's call this group as dashboards. And under that, let me add a subgroup, sub area, and add the dashboards here.